everyone. Thanks for being on today. I think one of the best parts about school nutrition is the idea sharing and I think the lack of competition between one another, and so it is very mutually, helpful community. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. Okay, let's see. I want number 2.
Is it working, Amanda?
Yep.
Okay, awesome.
Can you all see it?
I can see it.
Okay. So I am from Staunton, Virginia. I'm in the beautiful Shenandoah Valley, surrounded by lots of mountains and agriculture, but also work in a city school system. We're a smaller city, about 35,000 people. 6 schools. So I'm a small school district, which gives me the opportunity to be able to work really closely with my individual schools and my school nutrition teams. And we have a really strong team even prior to COVID, but when the pandemic happened, it really strengthened our connection to one another and strengthened the way that we do our job and developed better efficiencies and more productivity. So those were some of the upsides of the pandemic. And what I wanted to do was sort of preface that with how the pandemic sort of led me to Tammy and preferred packaging. One of my core values is scratch cooking for our kids, like lots of fresh ingredients, fresh recipes, hot meals. So when the pandemic happened and schools shut down, I knew immediately I wanted to be able to give our kids some sort of hearty, healthy, comfort food meal. I believe food is a huge connector between, people, and that it fills lots of empty spaces sometimes when we're in times of stress. So I really wanted to make sure that we were doing that. So this is what will start this. Let me go, hold on. So this is what we originally started with. Here's one of my teams. So in order to make sure that our kids who were coming and picking up curbside meals with their families had these nice comfort foods, we were putting them in foil pans. We were quick freezing these meals. And so they were delivered to homes frozen with cooking instructions and instructions for no microwave use, because that was one of my fears, that a teenage kid would be, at home trying to cook for their siblings and would stick this in the microwave. You can see we were doing hundreds of these. I was in there every day doing these too. So I know what it felt like to crimp all of those edges, and my fingers and thumbs were black from constantly, crimping the edges of these. But we just thought it was so important to, here we go. We just thought it was really important to keep, these kind of meals in our kids' homes. So here's just a sampling of what we were sending out. So there's our Salisbury steak. This was our popcorn chicken bowl, turkey and gravy. And we are from the South. So we are Southern comfort food. This is what our kids are used to. So here's when I met Tammy. I knew that I wanted to keep doing these meals, but the impact on productivity and just morale in general was, a little low, because these were harder to do. I wanted something that was quick, that would look professional, that would hold up a little better in the bulk packaging that we were doing. Sometimes the foil pans, when you're packing 5 meals per bag, would get a little, mushed or kind of crunched up. So I started researching, came across preferred packaging, and in the end, was able to secure funding through the CARES Act funds that came into our school system. I went to the superintendent and the budget director when I heard that we had an influx of federal money and said, I need these and I need you to pay for these. And they did. So yay. So we got one system for each school. We did get the countertop model. And this is an example of our baked spaghetti meal that we did. And this was a local meal that we did actually this year in school for Farm to School. It's local pasta and local ground beef.
Hey, Amanda, if I can just interject for a minute, because I know we'll have the question. I'm assuming you'll be willing to share any recipe ideas?
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep,
Okay.
absolutely. Yep. Here's another. This is our Asian beef and broccoli. And what we figured here, because we're meeting that half cup of fruit, and we didn't want to just throw USDA canned fruit in the trays and freeze them and reheat them. So I developed a recipe that turns them sort of into a compote using a little bit of cornstarch and sugar, and we cook it down a little bit. So when it freezes and unthaws, it is palatable when it's warm. It's more like eating, like a fruit dessert kind of type thing. Then here's our, what was that, Tammy?
I just said that's brilliant. I've not heard that idea before.
Thank you. Here's the second slide. There is our twisted chicken Alfredo. It's a kid favorite. This one here is right here. That's our big boy sandwich, and that's actually for a supper meal. So we also put these together, package them, and deliver them out to sites that we provide after school at-risk meals for. This is one of our sites for that.
And Amanda, that may at least address, Lori has asked, do you use this for meals only that are sent home, or do you use them for on-site students? So maybe if you could address that.
So we are back in school. So this, this style of packaging helped us a lot during the pandemic, but when we transitioned back into schools, we still don't have kids fully eating in the cafeteria. We're still packing meals. We still don't have kids coming through service lines. So this is our primary meal service for elementary and middle school. And they package really well in our insulated totes. They hold heat. So it works well to do those deliveries to the classrooms for classrooms that have decided they want to continue to eat outside of our cafeteria. And this is we use two different tray models from Tammy. We use the single compartment deep dish tray, and then the black ovenable up to 400 degree tray. And that's for our hot meals. Primarily, we use these deep dish for cold meals. This is an example of our salad that we serve at our high school. This is our chef salad. And this is an example over here on my right-hand side, was a frozen, we were creating our own flatbread sandwiches and freezing them and packaging them and sending them home in curbside again. This would be something we would serve thawed right now in our high school.
Amanda, I haven't seen that before. If you have a minute to send me those pictures, that would be amazing, because that's really beautiful. And sure. I'm thinking that nobody's asked yet, but they probably will. It's nice to have that image so they can, if they want to arrange a salad like that, they can do that. It's beautiful.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, thank you. So here's the way that we are serving at our high school. We just had our high school remodeled. So we have these wonderful merchandising cabinets that were in addition to our open flow service model. So these are some examples of meals that we're packaging as unitized meals. We are using the USDA waiver that we don't have to use offer first to serve at our high school this year. But either way, they could still pick up this unitized meal and decline other components. So it would still work either way. But this is one of our favorites over here is our peanut butter and jelly setup. And then here, let's see. We've got apples in one, oranges in another, just to give them variety. Here's a hummus pack. This was packed with hummus, whole grain chips, cheese cubes, and our carrots. And then we encourage them to pick up fresh fruit on the way out. And here's a yogurt pack that we do. And you can sort of see it's grapes, vanilla yogurt, the cinnamon crisps. There's actually another package of another granola thing underneath there, and then our carrots.
And I'll interject too, just in case, because they might be confused, because that's a black tray as well. So Amanda used to get the microwave trays, which are not ovenable. And they were not, I mean, they were very, very affordable. Currently, I will tell you, we do have, I can't remember what it's called, but an additional cost to those because of the materials, and you guys know the supply chain issues, but it was affordable enough before that. And I'm hoping it'll go back to that you, Amanda, and several other customers use them for 3-compartment cold meals as well.
Yeah, it's like sort of a Lunchable concept. They work well for those. And just, yeah, a funny story. So we originally had purchased those trays for our curbside, thinking that they were ovenable up to, what was it? We thought 400 or something.
400, yeah.
It was wrong. And so, yeah, I sent them home in curbside with the cooking instructions, and had a few families message me through my school nutrition Facebook with pictures of their melted trays. And so we had to do a quick turnaround and fix that, didn't we, Tammy?
Yes, we did.
But I used the excess trays that we purchased to do these Lunchable type concepts. So here's an example of a Lunchable. We call these our lunch mates. And this is our elementary school meal. We have one cold meal per week cycle. So this is our Friday ham and turkey wrap. And you can see once it's packaged, we like to put either a My Plate sticker on there, or I have a school nutrition logo. So I also have logo stickers sometimes that go on. But super easy.
Great.
Super easy to transport again to classrooms. Here's examples too of salads at our high school. This is our California Cobb salad. I bought a labeling system so that we create our own professional labels. I have this is a very simplified label, but I also have labels that have the complete nutritionals for meals. And here we are packaging up our Thanksgiving meal. And of course, there's nothing better than cute kids eating your food. So I wanted you to see our cute kids. This one was really kind of tricky because we normally serve, our kids love this dessert that I created like 3 years ago called pumpkin fluff. And it's done in a cup, and we use pumpkin pudding and pumpkin pie filling and vanilla pudding and some graham crackers and whipped cream. And it's lots of fun. You know, we put little brown sugar sprinkles on it. Well, we didn't know how we were going to do that this year because we just couldn't put all those in little cups and have those cups, you know, packaged in totes. And it was just complicated. So I found a pumpkin dump cake recipe that worked perfect in this tray. And was served warm. So it just worked perfect with these hot meals.
That's gorgeous. Amanda, I got so caught up in what you're doing that I forgot to keep you on, or, you know, us on. So we have about 3 minutes.
Okay. I'm getting right to the end.
Okay. Perfect.
Here's our kids eating a nacho meal. The end.
Oh, well, perfect. And then if you'll stop share, then I'll pick back up. Seriously, I'm not kidding. I was like, oh my gosh. And then I glanced up and went, oh, we're getting close to time here. So, see, do you want?
All right. I did the stop share. You should be good now. Right?
Perfect. I think so.
Okay.
Yeah. So, I'll share again here in just a second, but if you have any more questions for Amanda, just throw them in the chat box. Because you've got some really unique, amazing things that I didn't even know about. You know, I didn't even realize all these things that you were doing. So thank you so much. Do you have any other words of wisdom or anything for anybody before I just close this out?
I don't know how many on here are already using the system, but if you're not using it and you're interested in using it, I would just say that, you know, you'll probably get a little pushback in the beginning.
Holy moly. Sorry about that.
That's okay. You all right?
Yes, I was going to go load back up my PowerPoint. It was still on that video. So yes, please.
You may get a little pushback because we all know change is just hard for people. And, you know, my staff, when I first said, this is what we're going to do, this is what I'm bringing in, you know, I heard, you know, there was some grumbling. How are we going to have time to do all that? And once we got the machine set up and did the training and worked with them, and just worked through some little, you know, small kinks about how to best use the machine, I don't think they would do it differently. I don't think they want to do it differently. It's fast, it's efficient, it looks professional. You know, I think in the current way that we have to serve food, I think it's the best way to serve food.
Well, thank you, Amanda.
Thanks,
the
Tammy.
last couple of things I just want to say. So this, Amanda, I'm sure that she wouldn't mind. I'm saying this, if you want to contact her or just reach out to me and I'll get you in touch with her. This I wanted to show you was sent to me because it's 10:20, but I'll finish right up. These are some charcuteries that were done from Jennifer Pitt's school district that you saw her a few weeks ago. So I thought those were beautiful. If you want the product guide, you can just take a picture of that with your phone and it will download, or again, put in the chat box if you want to be contacted. If you're interested in our loaner program, just again, sales at preftpkg.com, which is where you just basically buy the disposables and then you can use it for a certain amount of time. I did want to let you all know that, so this was our last of this. What I would like to do is get your thoughts. Next week, I'll still send out an email. I'll have the recording with Amanda. But let me know if there's something. I'm thinking maybe we could do a series where you share with each other about staff shortages or leadership, or, you know, this was about packaging and helping you to do that. Oh, yes, I will put the QR code back up. So anyway, I'll put that back up, but I want to go ahead and just end. So those of you, it's 10:21, but Amanda was amazing. So thank you so much for joining us. I'm so glad that you're here. If you have any ideas, please, please let me know, because we want to be here to help. So toodles, everybody. Amanda, thank you so much. I'm going to put that
Tammy, good to see you.
Back up. It was great to see you too. I'll be in touch. And here is the QR code. There you go. So if anybody wants to, if you still, I'll stay on for a minute or two. And if anybody has any questions or anything like that, then I will be here. Sorry. Okay. Did that. Okay. Did everybody get everything they needed? Okay. Well, then I'm going to end. And again, just thank you so much for hanging with us. I've just loved doing this with you. Really toodles for this time. Bye.